Hi Jim, we're looking ahead to the Queen of the South game at Caplow on Saturday. Can I get your thoughts heading into the match, please?
Yeah, another exciting game to look forward to. I think Queen of the South, two good results back to back, scoring goals, get a real potency in the forward line, and like a little bit like the other team that played recently. They're brimming with confidence, but I think we've been playing well over the last few weeks, and if we continue with that form, we just tighten up a little bit in terms of our concentration, then I think that it'll be a very attractive game.
I think it's 3 unbeaten now. There's been the win at Brecon, the draw against Dumbarton, and the draw against St Mirren. How have you sort of looked back in those 3 games? Have you been pleased with performances and stuff?
Performance levels have been good. I think in particular, says the two draws that we had, I think we probably deserved a little bit more from the games, because I think that we played well. St Mirren game was obviously going to be extremely difficult in terms of how competitive it is, but I thought it was a really good derby. Second half really opened up. It was end to end. 4 goals, a bit of controversy, and I think that's really what you want in any kind of game of football. But I think particularly derby, terrific atmosphere from the fans, and I think that performance levels was good. But we know that we have to maintain that, and not just maintain it, improve upon it.
You were very pleased with the spirit and the character shown by the team to come back twice. Obviously it's a derby as well, but also because it's away at the league leaders. Obviously St Mirren's in great form, so you were very...
Yeah, well, we've done it against Dumbarton the previous week as well. We were a goal down in the early part of the game, and we really showed a lot of composure to come back into it, and we're a bit unfortunate not to get all 3 points. And it was a little bit similar on Saturday, not as dominant in terms of possession of the ball, but in terms of the desire, I think that that's really been there. Certainly in the last few weeks anyway, I don't think there's been any question about our determination to win the game. But sometimes, you have to accept the point. I think last week was a case in point of that we took the point. It was a well-deserved and a well-earned point.
In terms of team selection, you gave Scott Tiffoney's first start of the season. It's a big game to put him in. Does he give you a headache for this week? I thought he'd done well. I'm really pleased with Tiff. And
it doesn't give you a headache. It just is. What you want is all players to compete for a place. And be ready for a place when they're asked upon. And Tiff's been in and around the first team for a good year or so. He's worked hard. He's impacted on the games coming off the bench. He's still got a lot to learn. He's still got a bit of physicality to find, but he can certainly pose a threat going forward. He's quick. He's direct. He's a winger. There's not too many of them going around these days. So, as long as he keeps working hard and progressing, I think he can be an asset for the club, and I was delighted. And obviously, I thought it was the right choice to make. It was for tactical reasons, and we'll decide, later on whether we feel it's the right personnel to go again this weekend against Queen of the South.
Well, obviously there were a lot of great performances. I thought Gary Hartman's had a lot of leadership qualities. I thought he showed.
Yeah, I thought Gary in the middle of the pitch, I think, was terrific. I think in particular the side of the game that a lot of people wouldn't have thought was his forte, which was closing the game down, pressing the game. I think he'd done that really well, allied to his ability on the ball. So yeah, there was a lot of good performances, but overall, as I said, we've been playing okay, but we understand in this division, if you're off the pace at all, even in a period of the game, then you can find yourself chasing it. So we need to make sure all aspects of our play are ready for the game against Queen of the South, which will be a very difficult game again.
Will it be a similar performance you'll be looking for from the team against Queen of the South as it was against St Mirren?
Oh, you're always looking for improvement. If you settle for what you've got, then I think you go backwards. So you've always got to look for improvement. You're always looking to do certain areas I think we can improve upon. We've got to sense the danger a little bit. We've lost a couple of goals on the counter-attack from the opposition, and that's something I think we've got to be a little bit more aware of. And there's obviously other aspects of the game, but that's one of the areas I think we've got to be a little bit more switched on. In terms of general play, just that little bit of calmness and composure at the right times. But I think Queen of the South will come to us and be positive. As I said, the front 4 in particular are very, very good, very offensive team. A little bit like St Mirren really in terms of the style, how they play with that front 4. So I don't think they'll sit in by any stretch of imagination and try and come for a point. I think they'll come at us, and if they do so, then I think that'll make for a very open, attractive game.
Any team news, Jim? Obviously, Jai Quitongo came off early in the second half. I think maybe an injury quite early on.
Yeah, I mean, he got injured in the first run of the game, really, in the first few minutes. I think within about 3 or 4 minutes, and he struggled on with it, really. I mean, obviously the player himself wanted to continue. It wasn't a tear, it was more a muscle, and we thought maybe he could run it off, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. And to be honest, I probably should have made the substitution earlier. But you know, we had set up to play a certain way with Jai pivotal to that, so we wanted to try and give it a go to ease off. Unfortunately, it never happened. So you know, we've just you know, eased off the workload for him this week. I think we've got to remember he had an awful long term out injured, and I think when you come back in, your maybe muscles are not up to game speed yet, and sometimes that does take a little bit longer than anticipated, and I think that's been the case with Jai. So we've just got to monitor that now. After Saturday we don't have a game for a couple of weeks, so that might give him a chance to recharge the batteries, but we'll assess him on Friday and see whether he's available for Saturday.
Anybody else? Mike Tidza, Conor McManus, Lee Day, are they all still out? Or
yeah, Lee, as we know, is long term. Michael and Conor are getting there, they're closer, but not ready yet for the weekend.
Anything else
not at the moment.
One last wee thing was Ben Armour's signed a contract extension today to the end of the season. Can you just get your thoughts on that, Jim? Obviously, I think his contract was up in January, but you must have been impressed to come in early and
yeah, I mean, we wanted to do it as early as we felt was right, because you know he's done his part. We asked Ben to go away in the summer, work hard, come back in good shape, and get ready for the challenge, and he certainly did do that. You know, he came back in great shape and really fit and determined. And a real desire to impress, and that you know was instrumental in us offering that extension of the contract. As I said, it's the same up to young boys. It's up to all the young boys to try and earn those contracts, but they've got to earn it by attitude and performance. And so far, Ben has done both, and he's now you know a regular part of the first team squad. And he's just got to try and move to the next level, and if he can do that, then you know who knows where that might take him. So delighted for him, and hopefully he continues to improve and do well.
Excellent, Jim. Thank you very much for your time, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.